So I'm back in LA. I just built my salon in our little studio. So we've got some lighting going on over here. I've got my whole tray of color and products. So I'm really excited to show you guys this tutorial. And just so you know, if you want to skip ahead to the tutorial, I'll put the number right here to the time that you guys can skip ahead if you don't feel like watching this. But I just want to give you a little update on what's been going on in my life. My fiance and I just moved to LA, and I decided to open pretty much my own studio and film tutorials for you guys and make sure I can really focus on this. And that's what I'm doing. So today I'm working on my girl April's hair. We're following the inspiration of this girl called Sincerely Jules. She's on Instagram, so I'll put her link right here so you guys can see all her pictures. Her hair is the inspiration for today. So it's got this really beautiful wave pattern, but also has these really poppy pieces everywhere, and a really pretty blended, like highlighted look with like a deep root. So what I'm going to do is this technique I've been seeing a lot all over Instagram, all over YouTube, especially on Ancotran does it a lot. Justin Anderson does it a ton. Stephen Garrison, they're like my faves. But it's this teasing technique. So I'm going to give that a shot today. And I hope you guys love the tutorial and learn a lot. And leave me comments below. And any questions you have, please write me. And yeah, I hope you guys love the tutorial. I'll see you once we're done. Okay, so this is my first time using Redken Up to 7, and there we are. Oh, hey! So yeah, my first time using Redken Up to 7 and the pH Bond Builder by Redken, and I highly recommend both of them. This is also the first time I've tried this technique, so I want you guys to know if you're out there and this is the first time, we're doing it together. So first off, I started framing the face out with really thin highlights, and I made sure that every time I wove a thin highlight, I teased it, and that's just to blend that root to make it look a little bit more natural. So that's what I'm doing here, and totally saturating the ends and then lightly feather up into that root. And just repeat exactly what you did on the other side. So next, what you want to do is take 1/4 inch sections of hair, and I'm teasing about 80% of that hair back into her root, and what that's going to do is leave you with a little bit of hair left, and you totally saturate that in the lightener, and that's what tipping is. I don't know if anyone has seen this technique. Ramirez Trans Salon is doing it. It's pretty much all over like the lived-in hair looks where the ends are super bright and poppy, but the rest is really blended. That's what we're trying to achieve today. So again, I'm taking like 80% of that hair, totally teasing it back into the root, and then completely saturating the ends so we can get them as bright as possible. But don't forget to feather the lightener back into that tease part just so you get that really pretty blend. So again, what I'm doing is pretty much taking like circular pattern all the way up and around her head, but I'm leaving pretty much the entire back out because we wanted to keep a lot of dimension back there. But keep going around and taking those small pieces all the way around the head. Pretty much if she's wearing like a big floppy hat at the beach, that's the type of section you want to take. And then completely saturating those ends, feathering up, and going all the way up into the crown. So if your client comes in and they want to see that really poppy blonde on the ends, I highly recommend using 40 volume in the foils. I would just make sure you are using some type of bond building agent like Olaplex, B3 has a great one, or I highly recommend this Redken Ph Bond Builder, just so that their hair is safe while it's in foils with 40 volume. And if you do put them under heat, just make sure you're checking them frequently and that nothing is gonna melt off. Also, if their hair is natural, you can really do a lot with this technique. You don't have to just use bleach, but if you are using bleach, you can do different levels of developer. So I could do 40 and 20, and you could vary the packs to each of those developers. If she was completely natural like April is here, you could use color and you could play with different shades of red or auburn or anything. You could really just have fun with this type of technique. So please let me know if you guys do anything fun with this and tag me on either Instagram or write me on here. I'd love to see what you guys are doing with this. So once you're finished with that, I just go through and I take the extra lightener that I have and I'm using it just to balayage her ends. So I'm just taking small pieces that are hanging out and doing V-shaped patterns and painting on a couple of pop accent pieces down there while she processes. Of course, we gotta take a selfie for Snapchat. But okay, so I did do a little bit of heat on her and waited until I got to like pretty much like a caramel color. She didn't want to be too bright. But then I took her, rinsed her out, did the pH Bond Builder conditioning treatment, and then I also used a wet brush to detangler her. So this is step one, guys. This is just phase one. We're still gonna go back and do a partial highlight. So here's the section I created. It's just a mohawk section. And I brought it pretty far back so that when it does lay, that it does cover the back too. So I'm going to begin in the front, and I'm just going to do a pretty thick weave, but every time I do a weave, I'm going to tease again. And that's just to ensure that we have that rooted look that everyone is loving right now. So again, guys, I'm going to use up to 7 with 30 volume and 4 milliliters of Redken's Ph Bond Builder. And I'm going to tease each section again and lightly feather that into the root. And I'm going to go all the way back to the back of her head with my partial highlight. So in April's case, we wanted to have a rooted look, but if you have a client who wants to see those highlights directly from the root, make sure you apply the bleach all the way up there just so that they get that look, and don't worry about teasing it at all. So once you're finished with that, I'm going to rinse and then tone with 1 ounce of 9B, 1 ounce of 9NB, and 1 ounce of clear. And I'm going to put that all over for 10 minutes. And then shampoo, rinse with your favorite shampoo and conditioner. In our case, we used Redken Extreme conditioner and shampoo. And then I'm blowing out with my favorite blow dryer ever. It's the Elchiem. You guys need the best blow dryer of all time. I will link this down below. You will not regret it. And this is our final look right here. So this is with it straight, and then I curled it just to match Sincerely Jules' hair. And I'm seriously obsessed with it. I love everything about it. I think it's such a beautiful blend, and it has those poppy pieces just like I wanted right in front of the face. And it's not too much, it's just the perfect amount of color. It really looks natural, and I just think she looks absolutely stunning. So as always guys, thank you for watching. I seriously appreciate your support, and any questions or comments you might have, please leave them below. I love answering those. And as always guys, thank you for watching. I will have another tutorial ready for you next Saturday. Please let me know if you'd like to see more like this, or if you're doing anything like this on your clients, please let me know. I'd love to see what type of technique you're using, or maybe how you're changing this up. And as always, thank you for watching. I will see you guys next Saturday. Bye!